All right, everybody. Well, we're going to do a quick video tonight. I'm kind of in the shop late, working on wiring for the shop lights and doing some of that stuff that I don't like doing. A very sketchy panel over there that I just got temporarily ran for some power right now. But anyways, that's not anything we're going to do a video on, but I figured I would do a video so everybody knows, since the Javelin's got quite the following. Winter time is going to be here very quickly. So we generally start getting snow here in another maybe couple of weeks. Sometimes we even get a foot of snow just all at once here mid-September. So traditionally, I've always parked the Javelin around September 1st or within the first week of September. So that's where we're at, and that's where it's going to sit for the winter. I'll probably clean up the engine a little bit before I generally drape some plastic over the engine and whatnot and just keep dust and stuff off of it. And I usually keep the windows rolled up, so probably do kind of a quick cleaning on them, and then that'll be it until, I don't know, maybe the spring sometimes, but winters are long and miserable up here, so I can't remember. I think maybe at the end of May I might be able to drive it around. It just depends. It snowed here all the way through mid-June this year, so. But this video here, just giving you the update on the old Javelin, and I thought we'd go over some of the comments and stuff. And the reason I just figured we'd do that is because kind of the end of the reign of terror of the Javelin for this year. So there was a lot of comments on the old Javelin, and I'd say 99% of them are good comments, and 1% of them are incoherent or not relevant, or just, people being jackasses. So I'm not going to go over all of them, obviously, but I'm going to go over my favorite ones, I suppose, good and bad. Starting with the comment it's neutral. It's not good, bad, or really doesn't bother me all that much, but quite a few people say, oh, the AMX is great, or, you got to keep that AMX this or that. Well, it's a Javelin. That is an AMX. And I do have a video about the difference of them. The Javelin's all the way against the wall. The AMX is not quite there, but you can already see there's a foot difference in them. So kind of the same cars, kind of different, but again, it's a Javelin, not an AMX. But at the same time, I guess I don't really care. Call it whatever you want. I've had people call it a Ford Comet before, so. So yeah, that was kind of the first comment that I saw, kind of a repetitive deal, but again, it is what it is. The steering wheel, the electric tape on the steering wheel has come up quite a few times in comments. I would say half of the people dig it that bring it up, and half the people don't like it at all. I think I explained it in another video, but I'm just going to say it one more time. It's an old rim blow horn steering wheel, and all the innards is falling out on it, and when you drive, all that crap falls out all over you. So all I had was a roll of electric tape, so that's why it's got electric tape on the steering wheel, and it is what it is. But that's just how it is. The next part in the Javelin that I see a lot of comments is people don't like the wiring, and people don't like the interior. Somebody wrote something about I spent all that money on the engine, but couldn't put any in the interior or exterior or something like that. Hey, I can put money where I can afford it. I think driving it around is a little bit more important to me than what it really looks like. But maybe one day we'll paint it, but not right now. I gotta get back. I gotta get back to work on this AMX here. It's been sitting far too long. So the old Javelin paint job is pretty low on the priority list these days. Quite a few. I'm kind of looking at reminding myself on comments there. Another quite a few things people have to say about the old Javelin is, you know, why do I drive it so slow, or you know, how come the car itself is so slow? I don't know. On most all the videos I'm driving, I'm going 15, 20 miles over the speed limit, so I think I'm driving it plenty fast. And at the end of the day, it's an old turbo 400 3-speed. I mean, it's not really geared to go much too fast. I think I've said this too, 120, 130, I think is pretty much flat out as fast as this car will go. I mean, that is maxed out. I've had it up to 120 many times, and that's pretty much maxed out. So it's not really geared for going whatever speeds you guys think it should be going, or whatever it is that's bothering you about the speeds. But and then of course there's, I don't know, this one's always been an odd one for me. You know, I've tried to explain it many times. I have a Facebook group page, you know, and stuff for AMCs, but I have AMCs because nobody else has them. I have Chevy motors in them because that's what's available and easy to work on. And I have a lot of just people that are just, they're the most aggravating people in the world. I don't know if they're AMC purists or they're not. I don't know. But boy, they really just whine to me about putting Chevy motors in these, or tell me how if I put an LS motor in it, like you know, it's totally ruined, can never be redeemed. Well, I got bad news for you guys. It's had an LS motor in it before already. It actually had a tunnel ram nitrous LS motor in it before it had the supercharged 454. Javelin's had everything in it. So, but my point is, again, I have them because nobody else has them, but they can sit in the junkyards where they came from, or they can get a Chevy motor in them and be driven. I mean, you know, and we can split hairs and tell all these other, especially if they're AMC purist people, you know, what about the Pontiac Iron Duke motors they installed in the 80s from the factory where they slapped AMC valve covers on them? What about all the Chevy transmissions they used in their Jeeps? What about the Mopar transmissions and the Ford transmissions? You know, I mean, AMCs they're just a bunch of car parts thrown together, really. I mean, and that's fine. I mean, who cares? At the end of the day, it's got a GM steering column in it. I mean, I don't know why people are splitting hairs about having a Chevy motor in it. But anyways, a lot of comments about that. I could rattle off on that for a while, but again, it's not going to make any difference to me or you or anybody else. I'm trying to keep this video as unboring as I can. But a lot of good comments. Couple people have told me that, you know, how this has brought them back to the days, and it just really brings them back good memories, and I'm really happy. I'm glad it really gives them a good memory, you know, and brings them back to that feeling. Quite a few people told me after watching, you know, even the video going to Missoula with it and stuff, how that really has inspired them to try to go get their old cars or go buy an old car and just relive the dream again and get it on the road and go drive it. So, you know, I really like comments like that. That really makes me feel good that the Javelin is bringing smiles to at least somebody's face, and so yeah, I really appreciate those comments. One gentleman said something, he saved a video for therapy just so he can listen to the supercharger, and great. I'm totally happy that's gonna make you smile and be therapeutic for you, I guess. And then I would have to say 70% of all the comments are Road Warrior related about the car, and along with those are people that are upset that people are comparing this to the Mad Max Ford Falcon, the Australian version. But again, I think the reason it brings everybody back to the Road Warrior is because of the supercharger. I don't know. The Javelin kind of looks like the Ford Falcon a little bit, but I would say it's more of a resemblance because it's a two-door, muscle car, and it's got supercharger. The front end, the rest of the car really doesn't have much of a comparison to the Ford Falcon, but I've had a few people ask me if I specifically built this to be like the Road Warrior car. No. I mean, I like the Road Warrior. I've watched that movie since I was, I don't know, probably 7 or 8. I can't remember the first time my dad let us watch that, but like I said, I grew up with the movie and the film, but maybe not to my knowledge, but down in my conscience, maybe I was building it something like that, but not aware that I was building it to be like the Road Warrior car. But anyways, it brings a smile to my face when people compare it to the Road Warrior car. That's kind of fun. I mean, I guarantee you, as far as I'm concerned, I've got the only supercharged car that drives around this area. I mean, I have never passed another car with a supercharger on it, and I've never passed another AMC. I'm trying to think if I've ever have come across another AMC on the road when I'm on the road, and I don't believe so. I don't believe I've ever seen another AMC on the road at the same time as me. So, and then I can't tell you I've ever seen a car driving around with a supercharger, especially a car that looks like it came out of the junkyard. But so yeah, there's that. But anyways, like I said, tons and tons and tons of comments. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. I would say, again, most of them are good. And I really appreciate you guys commenting on them and all that good stuff. And I haven't gotten any money from YouTube yet, but I think I've already told everybody $103. That's the most I've ever made in 5 years, or going on 6 years. So that's great, and I appreciate the volume and views and stuff. I mean, that's what makes that possible. And $103 is $103. We can definitely buy some fuel filters and some fuel line and a few small odds and ends to keep some of these old cars and try to go start up some of the neighbors' cars. I mean, all that stuff kind of helps. And I'll keep trying to make as many videos as I can and try to keep everybody happy. I'm kind of committed now. I mean, I got a lot of subscribers these days now, which to most people ain't much, but to me it's a lot. So I gotta try to keep some videos coming. Speaking of which, the next couple videos, I'm probably going to do one more video on the Willys truck. And then there's another truck over there at the neighbors we're going to make a video on. It's not one that I've even talked about. I don't even know if you can see it in any of his videos or not. Just going to look at it. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything with it, but we'll eyeball it in a video, and then eventually we'll get to that little bitty Jeep. And then we got another truck over there we can look at, so on and whatnot. And as always, If you have a suggestion, leave it in the comment. My email address for the channel is listed on the channel. You can always email me too if you have a suggestion you want. I do have a members thing set up. I didn't really get to choose on any of that. I think it's like $1 or $2 to be a member. I do have some old throwback videos available for members only, but again, check them out or don't. I mean, I'll keep adding some videos and stuff to that here and there, and you can always spend $1.98 and check that out or something. But again, I'm not going to say that they're worth $1.98. They're nothing more fancy than what I've already got. They're just some older videos that nobody ever watched, and some of them I've never actually released publicly. I've only given links out to friends and certain group members and stuff like that from my Facebook group page, so some of them haven't ever been seen. But well, anyways, I'm gonna quit rambling on. It's probably a pretty boring video for you guys, but just keep in mind the old Javelin is safe and sound, and that's where it's going to be. You'll probably see it in videos in the background. We'll probably get back on this AMX. I'm hoping this winter time. It just, again, my job is very time consuming, and I've got a lot of stuff going on, and we got to get started on this truck here too soon. So that's what that old motor and drivetrain's for. But all right, well, anyways, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.